Well, boys, today is tomorrow, and Hasan Piker is in the news for today. And of course, we already know why he's in the news because Ethan basically compiled any and everything that Hasan has done over the past few years. Which, I mean, like, if you even heard of the guy, you probably came across a clip and you were like, wow, I didn't know you could be this stupid and still become successful. I mean, like, shit, man, we all thought the same thing until, let's just say the past year or two has happened. But Hasan Piker has basically been running amok on Twitch, and everyone's been calling him out, while for some reason the man has been doing blatant, and I mean just blatant things against the TOS, and somehow he has been relatively fine. The only bans he had were like very small ones and very minor offenses, whenever his bigger offenses, like, I don't know, promoting terrorism, which is legit against TOS, has been swept underneath the rug. Now, obviously, most, if not all, of the things that Ethan Klein went over in the content nuke was basically things we've all seen over the few years. I'm like, these were his fucking hits. Hasan, for some reason, is just acting as if these viral clips of him saying, "Death to America, America deserves 9/11, yo, Hamas should come over here and do shit to it." Who cares if people were R-worded on October 7th? You know what? R-word might be actually justified in this situation. For some reason, whenever he sees himself in 18K say that, he's baffled that anyone would take that clip out of context. What's the context there, Hasan?
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th. Like, that doesn't change the dynamic for me even this much. So that's the other part of this problem that many people that can't contend with. Like, the Palestinian resistance is not perfect.
What's the context that you don't care that people were raped during October 7th in Israel? Now, the video was over an hour and 43 minutes long. I'm just saying here, that man Hasan was speaking over the past few years, alright? He had so many clips, Ethan was able to make a damn movie out of it. But instead of Hasan being like a real man and saying, "Oh yeah, that was me and I don't care," no, he decided, you know what? I gotta, for some reason, take back what I said about terrorism. Actually, boys, this was Reddit clips that were out of context. Like, really? These were Reddit clips out of context. Of course, he had to bring in the Joker of his damn universe. Epstein, Destiny, for some reason. He said these were Epstein clips, non-contextual, whenever he never puts context to any of the clips.
I can't believe another person basically compiled Reddit posts from Epstein's subreddit into a shittily edited 2-hour video.
I'm like, if you went over the video and started putting context towards it, we could be like, oh, Hasan, whenever you said people deserve being R-worded during October 7th, or it doesn't make him feel bad at all, he means he also likes R-wording people. That's why he goes to brothels in Germany that get raided literally the next month for having minors in there.
You ever had an escort? No shame, obviously sex work is real work. I've had sex with not even escorts, but also like straight. I've gone to a brothel, Artemis, in Berlin, and had sex with the workers there. Yes. I don't hide it. I don't give a shit. Why would I? By the way, the brothel thing is crazy because he openly admitted that he knows. You
know, let's pull it up on stream. What I know. I think we should. This is the brothel. There we go. Hell's Angel brothel raided by 900 officers, say the German police. Tax and custom investigators swoop in on Artemis, Berlin's biggest sex club. This is where Hasan said that he had sex with a prostitute, as authorities allege that women were exploited and possibly trafficked. More than 900 police, tax and customs investigators have raided Berlin's biggest brothel, charging it linked to the Hells Angel biker gang, and making 6 arrests. They detained 2 managers of the so-called nude sauna club, Artemis, and 4 madams in the raid, in which they encountered 117 sex workers and more than 100 clients. Prostitution is legal in Germany, but police charge that the 4-story brothel complex constituted a brutal and illegal system that severely exploited dependent women. Suck a dick, Hasan. I ain't fucked no prostitute at a place that got raided for fucking human trafficking. You have.
And just like every other heinous thing Hasan has done and said, he basically downplays it to the point where he's just like, oh, what? Human No, why would I ever go to a brothel that had human trafficking victims in there? They were actually rated for, let me look at tax evasion. Yeah, the most minimum of crime that they were doing. You can do both human trafficking and tax evasion at the same time. You don't have to only pick one. You can multitask crimes, boys. All right, we live in 2025. Multitasking crimes is actually an ability you unlock. Whenever you learn to speak, whenever you learn to walk, whenever you learn to talk and socialize, you can do multiple crimes.
Was that they were fucking raided for tax evasion, basically. Like he's saying, like, it's fine. They weren't raided for sex trafficking, but it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna keep lying about it. Okay.
I just read the article, dog. Why don't you pull it up?
But back to Hasan's reaction of H3H3, basically just compiling all of his most controversial clips and, just wrapping them up in a nice little bow. Just like, hey, man, here's a nice little mirror. Is this you? Wait, no, Hasan, don't look away from the mirror. Is this you? Is that your face? Did you say these words? But Hasan wanted to, hit a little deflect. Him and Destiny, them boys both are Genji mains. I swear to God, if they played Overwatch professionally, they be Genji mains the way that they be deflecting. Because Hasan decided, instead of me taking responsibility for my poor reporting and my moral failings here as a person that is covering the Israel-Palestine war, this man decided, no, actually, anyone that criticizes me, you're actually unread. You can't read, even though, this man's version of reading is go on Twitter and react to the people that are in his follows. Yeah, he just reacts to the people he follows on Twitter. That's him being a well-read, very versatile person. And I'm not saying you can't get any good information off of, third parties, but I am saying that if you only follow people you agree with and you're only getting your news from them, I mean, like my guy, after a little while, you have to realize maybe I do have a slightly biased view on this. And I can't really say I have journalistic integrities whenever my journalistic integrities only favor one view and one side of the political spectrum that I'm on.
I think one of the biggest problems for slop tubers in general is that they think they can tackle political commentary without doing any reading whatsoever by simply attacking someone who does do political commentary, right? On the basis of Reddit comments that they've compiled into a video and that they've edited together. And the issue is you don't know what you're talking about. You have no idea. You thought Roe v. Wade was the gay one, a week ago. You're not a serious person. And that's precisely the reason why it'll end up having a bunch of stuff, Red Scare at a time when Donald Trump is the president and is just ripping through.
Yeah, his brain just totally malfunctioned there at the end. I like how we called Ethan Klein and everyone else that criticizes him a slop tuber, but yet for some reason he thinks that he is this beacon of news and truth that's coming straight out of Twitch. Twitch is the most, news friendly website. You know what? Everyone should get their news from Twitch streamers. Boys, fuck CNN, fuck Fox, fuck every other little news, fuck the Wall Street Post, Texas Post, doesn't matter. Fuck anyone that actually goes out there into the field and finds journalistic things and newsworthy stories. Twitch streamers are the new news, alright boys? They wait for anyone to come out with it and they immediately regurgitate it. Don't get me wrong, am I saying that that is a wrong thing you should be ashamed? No. But also, don't think too highly of yourself, Hasan, thinking that, oh no, you see, I wait for the news to come out on a website that I trust, and then I regurgitate it. I don't just take any kind of news. It's like, brother, you're not out there in the field finding the stories. You're not out there filming the tragedies. You're not out there reporting on it. You're literally in your room. What's on Twitter today? Hamas blew up another one of their own hospitals. How can I spin this? How can I spin this? How can I spin this? Like, brother, that's legit what you're doing. Let's not act like you're doing anything better. Bro thinks he's not a slop streamer. I mean, like, at this point, at least slop YouTubers have to compile stuff into Premiere Pro before they render it out and then, put a title to it and somehow get the algorithm to pick it up. You literally just go live and regurgitate all the information that you've absorbed throughout the day. No cuts, nothing, no editing, no fact check, just how can I spin the next thing to make sure I have enough content for the day? Now, of course, Hasan continues to deflect from the real criticisms of what the video and multiple videos that have been made on him are, actually about. His hypocrisy throughout life and the way he grifts so hard. Now, unlike Destiny, Hasan always, and I mean always, just streams through it, alright? I am a proponent of. If you're a big enough content creator, you probably can just stream/upload through any controversy, because for the most part, just as long as you continue to make good content, or at least even decent content, and I guess Hasan's eyes, what he thinks he's doing is God's work, you can most likely just, cover it up. Now, for the most part, I don't even mind if people just stream or go through content, just as long as you do change as a person, because I can understand whenever you make a mistake. Everyone makes mistakes, everyone says dumb shit, but whenever you're like Hasan and you're just like, oh no, what I did was completely valid, that's when the people are like, hey, oh, wait a minute, we gotta keep revisiting this, because what you're doing is not completely valid. Obviously, they're gonna keep bringing it up if you never actually talk about it.
So funny. This was a funny take, but Foss about timed you out. Just so you know, Squeaks is not watching and is not interested in the nuke video. I don't even give a shit if people watch a nuke video, brother. I think it speaks for itself that more people are dunking on it and clowning on it than taking it seriously. Like, oh my God, this is the most serious thing. Partially because, a bunch of people have made this exact same video a million times over, and it's almost always the exact same principle. It's always the same shit, which is Hasan bad, Hasan rich, Hasan socialist scary, Hasan loves China, Hasan denies the cultural genocide and mass surveillance that the Chinese government did to Uyghurs in Xinjiang, even though I have been very critical of that a million times over. But it's conducted by a person who doesn't know anything and is simply, rehashing Reddit comments. So that's it. And then clip chimp a couple times on politically charged subjects such as Israel-Palestine, where he'll say something along the lines of like, oh, he is a rape apologist or something. I'm not. I guess the Israeli prosecutors are rape apologists rather than myself.
Now he finally says he's not a R-word apologist. He just thinks that it is justified in the October 7th situation, and also him going to a brothel, by the way. That was just over tax evasion. There was no minors in there at all. There was no one being trafficked in a Hell's Angels brothel. Obviously, Hasan's not gonna watch the video nor go through it, but some of his orbiters have, and of course, the clips coming out from them reacting to it and trying their best to defend Big Daddy Hasan is so funny. So first off, we have Denimes here. She is very much in the fray when it comes down to Hasan. She will literally jump as high as she can to block any headshots for this man, alright? So Ethan Klein played a clip of one of Hasan's biggest fans basically seeing Ethan Klein out in real life, and instead of him being a normal person and just realizing, oh, I'll just walk away. I don't like Ethan Klein, I'll just walk away. He decided he needed to confront Ethan Klein on camera, by the way. He had to pull out his cell phone and everything, his little iPhone 4. Whatever it is, he had to pull that shit out and be like, Ethan, you're ugly. You look like a rapist. I'm like, what? How do you go from you look ugly to look like a rapist? These are two extremes, my guy. And the man was not let's both be honest here, pretty as damn self. The man is not a handsome man either that was calling Ethan Klein ugly. But obviously, Denimes had to jump in front of Daddy Hasan's bullet, alright? She said, obviously, this is Sneeko's fan. Obviously, this is a Sneeko fan. And then the clip after, whenever she continues to play, literally shows the guy fangirling over a grown man.
Sad. Feel bad for you guys. Ethan Klein, bro, you're ugly as fuck, bro. You're ugly as shit. You look like a rapist, bro. Look in the fucking you look like a fucking rapist, Ethan. Feel bad for you.
Okay, can I just say really quickly, it's very obvious from the way that guy's talking he's a Sneeko fan. Like, I'm sorry, that language is not Hasan fan verbiage. Like, that's very clear Sneeko lexicon. Can we just be honest for just 2 seconds just be real. Wallahi, that is not. No. Oh
my God, bro, I love you, Hasan. Can I give you a hug, bro?
I'm so sweaty, bro.
I love you, bro.
I'm so sweaty.
I love you, bro. I have to interview you. You're my hero, bro. I love you, bro. You're the coolest guy in the world, bro. Hold on, I think I look gay in that one.
Can we just be honest for just 2 seconds just be.
It's kind of weird that this guy that is obviously fangirling over a grown man, you say, oh no, he's not part of this community, and then it shows that, oh no, he's not only a part of the community, he is a mega fan of the community. I wouldn't put it past this man going homeless just to give Hasan his last dollar. let's all be honest here. There are some very sick individuals out there that think Hasan is about them near Jesus at this point. Obviously, Hasan's biggest, I would say nutsucker. She would actually love that term, so let's call it what she really is. Biggest, SB. I think you know what that means. Alright, biggest SB. Someone that would destroy their whole entire life for one man that doesn't even give two fucks about them. But Hasan's biggest SB decided to react to the clip, but whenever the guy was calling Ethan Klein ugly and a R-word is, she was laughing, she was having fun. But as soon as the next clip comes out, she had to realize, oh, this person is a part of the community. And she was quiet. There was no one laughing. There was no excuses. There was no nut. She didn't have a little snicker. All right, she put the damn fork down. All right, boys. Frogan put the fork down whenever the clip came out. She was looking down in shame.
Yeah, there's literally a Sneeko fan.
Oh my God, bro, I love you. Can I give you a hug, bro?
I'm so sweaty, bro.
I love you, bro.
I'm so sweaty.
I love you, bro. I have to interview you. You're my hero, bro. I love you, bro. You're the coolest guy in the world, bro. Hold on, I think I look gay now. Hold on.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
I can actually feel the remorse from that fucking clip. I'm not even gonna lie. She probably in her head is like, I could have been like an engineer. I could have moved on with my life from streaming. I still only have 100 current viewers after getting my nuts sucked off by big streamers. After getting Rising Star of the Year 2 years running. Somehow she's still rising. She's going up there. All right, she's still rising. That is a very slow elevator for Frogan. All right, there's extra weight on that. There's extra weight on that damn elevator. So it takes her a little bit more time to rise. But Rising Star 2 years in a row. Somehow this woman is sitting here thinking, I could have done something else with my life. All right, I'm out here wasting my time, like sucking a man's dick that doesn't even care about me. Now, one more clip I want to show you guys is Hasan's orbiter. We're gonna go back to Denimes, alright? For some reason, as a woman like her that called out Destiny for unconsensually doing things to her.
So still like he has so many victims, and he has done this same shtick over and over and over again, where he reaches out, or other women reach out to him who are 18 or 19 or 20. And he does the same song and dance where he tries to use and abuse them and then discard them when it's no longer relevant or useful for him. And unfortunately, I made the mistake of not having had sex with him. And after that point, he decided to just do a full smear campaign on me, and threatened to leak non-sexual. In this case, I feel like it's important to recognize that, because these people have had to deal with him leaking sexual video footage or audio footage, but then he threatened to leak non-consensual, illegal recordings of me. We had a conversation, and he recorded it in California, which is a two-party consent state, which you cannot record people without their consent, and then threatened to leak that. And I thought that the audio recording was of a different nature, and I was super scared. I was terrified. And that was me thinking it was something else. Like in California, yes. And since that moment, I basically didn't talk about him at all because, like I said, he is a black hole. He's a cynical piece of shit black hole whose only goal is to sexually abuse women, a lot of women like Pixie or like Cherry or like any of the women that he surrounds himself with. And I am very happy to see that there is finally someone who is a perfect victim, who is brave enough to come out. Does he just record everyone around him? Yes. Yes.
For some reason, we should believe her, thinking that Destiny did things to her unconsensually. But whenever someone comes out saying that they were R-worded by a Palestinian whenever they were captured, for some reason, that's beyond her reasoning. That's beyond. Why would I believe that? That's disgusting. I have no evidence to believe that. Actually, you know what? Wasn't that disproven? She has no evidence to disprove that. She showed nothing. She didn't prove anything. All she did was read chat. I didn't know chat had a journalism degree. I didn't know chat was out there in the fields and themselves just giving her actual proof of what she needs to be like, yep, this person's experiences are actually all fabricated.
thing though, we are believing the women who come forward and talk about their sexual abuse or experiences. I'm not going to believe fucking Biden when he tells me that everybody's getting raped. That's insane. You realize that that's insane, right?
Obviously.
Gam Goldstein Almog was kidnapped from her home on October 7th by Hamas terrorists and was held captive for 51 days. Though only 17 years old, she witnessed the murder of her father and sister on that day and is now speaking out about what she witnessed in Gaza as well in a new documentary by Sheryl Sandberg, Screams Before Silence. In new footage, Agam reveals that sexual assault and rape was a regular component of the life as a hostage in Gaza.
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happened on October 7th.
Hasan, maybe you would like to call her a liar. Please, go right ahead.
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happened on October 7th.
There are dozens of testimonies from witnesses, most of who were in hiding and heard or saw it happen. And each week there's more stories coming out. There's a UN report that concludes it happened.
Doesn't matter.
But Hasan needs a rape kit from a mutilated...
Wait, wasn't this disproven? Was this clip from her disproven? Is he gonna play the clip of her saying anything? Also, dude, you do not want to link that. You don't want to link that. No. Hey, it's the reporting the New York Times had to retrieve. Also, the UN report didn't say that. In fact, the UN report explicitly stated what is a much bigger concern than the alleged mass rapes, which we have very little evidence of, is the consistent sexual abuse of Palestinian prisoners. It literally says that in the UN report.
Why would we believe that any Palestinians got allegedly sexually abused? Why would we believe that? You're telling me Palestinians are so godlike to where they wouldn't even touch a person without their consent, but Israelis, the beasts, would sexually assault people. Am I saying Israelis have not sexually assaulted Palestinians? No, I don't have any evidence that they haven't. Am I saying Palestinians would have never, sexually assaulted an Israeli person? No, again, I have no evidence against that. But if someone says, hey man, I'm just saying, they hard-worded me and I escaped somehow, I would be inclined to be like, they escaped, their family died to those people, and their bodies came back. I would believe that something happened to them. They weren't just let go. They were just let go of their own free will. They had consensual sexual relationships with these people, all right? They weren't hard-worded. It was all consensual. Like, also, why would we believe Destiny did anything to Denimes? If anything, I feel like Denimes is just making shit up. I mean, like, by Denimes' logic, she didn't show us any evidence that Destiny did it. I mean, like, all she did was just recount a memory of it. Maybe that memory was wrong and she actually just made it up. Or she was just straight up lying. I'm like, wasn't it disproven that she, got recorded by Destiny unconsensually? I'm like, boys, who would think that Destiny would actually want to even record Denimes? Like, let's all be honest here. You see how this logic can just be boiled down to, oh, why would I believe you at all? Why? Why would I give you the grace of, maybe he did do that? If you're going to say, oh, well, no one was sexually assaulted. You talk about, like, literal, regular human beings, not people in the idea. If you talk about just normal human beings that were going about their life that got captured and that got sexually assaulted and murdered. That's what she's saying. So why would I care? Even if he did that, let's say he did, why would I care? It seems like you really don't have an affinity to people doing things unconsensually. It seems like you really don't care at all. It seems like as soon as it only favors your side is whenever you start caring about it. Because let's all be honest here. Even Hasan made up an excuse for the mass rapes. Even Hasan was like, well, it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't move my ideology just even a smidge thinking that these people would do this to someone. I don't care. So why would I care if someone did it to you? It's the hypocrisy from these people that really just, I don't know. It just brings out just this anger in me. It's not even that their ideology, right? You can believe in, oh, I think Palestine should be a one-state solution or a two-state. I don't care. All right, I don't care. You can all have your different ideologies. But whenever you have to go throughout the whole entire thing by thinking, oh, well, one person has to be extremely bad for the other person to be extremely good. There isn't of that. There are extremely bad people on both sides. There are extremely good people on both sides. You can't be the person out there saying, you can't say that because I can. We live in a world of gray. We don't live in a world of black and white. There are people that are just very bad. There are people that are just very good. There are people that are literally just following orders because they know if they don't, they're either going to be imprisoned or dead. I understand where, these people are coming from, but I also don't like how they're approaching it at all. Now, the content nuke on Hasan Piker wasn't just on Hasan, it was also on the website of Twitch as a whole. I highly recommend go and watch the video. It was actually pretty good from Ethan Klein. Now, in my personal opinion, what should happen to Hasan Piker? Since we're already at the end of the video, what do I think should happen to Hasan Piker? I think the man deserves a permanent ban on Twitch, just like DJ Academics got permanently banned. I mean, like, they both did things that were against TOS, but except for, the black guy gets permanently banned, but the person that spews the hateful rhetoric that the Twitch CEO loves gets to stay on, even though he does things that are against TOS also. But boys, other than that, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you all tomorrow.